My friends, hello. I am here. You're here. We are here. Hello. Shy Revenge. Hello. Enjoy hiding in whatever corner feels good today. Happy to see you. If I had to tell you guys that Peter was here, you'd never Adam and Eve it. Listen, I believe it. Peter, welcome in. Bard, hello. I love that baguette. I love that baguette. Thank you for the big baguette. Blur, hello, hello, everybody. Let me just grab my blanket. It's 2 steps away. Blanket. Oh, Losi Lore, hello, hello. Despite everything, I am still here. Just type into Bard in the chat since she is muted today for work. Oh, my friends. I'm tired. Donation didn't go as planned. Got hematomas in both arms and deferred until January. Oh no, Shy! I'm so sorry to hear that. Have to leave for a doctor's appointment in 5 minutes, so I'll have to be actually here after that. No worries. I hope it goes well and smoothly at the doctor's appointment. Whatever you're going in for, I hope it is nice and smooth and good news. I've got a doctor's appointment coming up on the 18th of November, so fun times abound. Oh my goodness. I woke up this morning and was like, well, it's Thursday, which kind of sucks because I really wanted it to be Friday. But it's Thursday, not Friday. So we got 2 more days of stuff to get through before the weekend. Just for the first meet with the new general doctor because the one I had was not gelling with me. I'm sorry to hear that the old doctor was not gelling with you, but I really hope the new one does. I've had a lot of conversations with people lately about finding the doctor that's best for you, and it's very important to feel like, one, that you can tell your doctor what you feel is wrong with you and get taken seriously, and 2, that like you feel like your doctor is taking you seriously and giving you the care that you need. So I sincerely hope that goes well. I'm very fortunate in that I have a pretty good GP. I've never felt like I go in there and she doesn't pay attention to what I'm saying or doesn't like take me seriously when I express my problems. I'm mostly going in to talk to her about some general thyroid things because it's been a while since she and I followed up, about a year, and there are just some things where I'm like, I would like to know if this is related to my thyroid or if this is related to something else. Because when you have an autoimmune disorder, you can't always necessarily just be like, I'm gonna start taking vitamins for this, or I'm gonna start doing this other thing. You have to first be like, wait a minute, what's going on with my thyroid and what is it doing? So gonna have that conversation with my doctor this month and just see what she suggests moving forward. But it is, hey Wolf, how are you? It's very important to make sure. Wolf is actually the one we were having this conversation with before. It's very important to make sure that you have a doctor that does gel with you and that you feel like is supporting you. Busy. I feel you. I was just saying that I realized this morning when I woke up that it was Thursday and not Friday. And I was like, why? Why can't it be Friday? Gross do that for me, and it was very representative of how I feel today. A doctor that makes it feel like you're wasting their time every time you talk to them is not great. Absolutely. You want to make sure that you feel like you're being cared for. Like I genuinely have heard so many things about bad doctors lately, and there's a part of me that's like, why do these people become doctors? If you don't care about the people who are coming to you for help, if you don't care about helping them, you might be in the wrong profession. Like, the whole point of being a doctor is that you're taking care of other people and you're taking care of their health needs and you're looking after them. If you don't want to do that, I mean, I guess some people do it for the money. Some people do it for the salary, but like, it's terrible. Doctors need to take care of people. I did see Peter say, I am the best doctor for everyone. Give tasty flesh, please, for tests. No, Peter. Chat is friends, not food. It can be Friday after I run my D&D tonight. We have D&D tomorrow. That's why I want it to, one of the reasons, one of many reasons I want it to be Friday is that a bunch of friends come over to me and Ghost's place and we play D&D. I had my passport appointment this morning and had to leave the post office and go back twice because of documents and not writing a black pen and whatnot. It's getting your passport is a pain in the dick. It definitely is. Did you get it? Did you get everything worked out though? Did you submit everything? Is everything in processing now? So many doctors have such huge egos. I know, and I don't get it. I too have, I'm very fortunate that right now I have a good doctor, but I have in the past dealt with doctors who, like, it's just like, why are you a doctor? Why do you do this job? Peter, thank you. Thank you for the large version of your head. I'm assuming that is you waiting to be fed the fleshy bits. The paperwork is sent. Good. Good, good. Once you have your initial, like, passport, it's usually easier to just renew it if you don't let it lapse. My new doc is kind. Yes. Yeah, and I know that, Wolf, I know you're someone who looked around a lot to find someone who really gelled with you. D&D, aka my weekly consensual emotional destruction of my players. Yes. Bruce Campbell Soup, hello, hello. How's it going? I didn't miss anybody in chat, did I? So many conversations having at the same time. So yeah, I also I have a big note on my desk that says call my dentist, because I have to call my dentist and make a dentist appointment. Oh my god, Bruce. I actually love that. I love that combo. I get a 30-minute lunch break, so it would be a power nap, but I wish I could sleep for like 4 years. Listen, I'm tired to my bones. I'm tired in my soul, and it's not the kind of tired that goes away when you sleep. I did that thing last night where I laid down, I got comfortable, I closed my eyes, and I just passed out for like 5.5 hours. Cracked my eyes open, the sun was starting to come up, Ghost Pepper had already got out of bed for work. Closed my eyes again and woke up like 10 minutes before my alarm. And I was like, okay, I'm still tired, but we're done now. It's time to get up. So it's like, I was so tired that it just like took the edge off of it. Time to bounce for a bit, but be warned I will return. Heck yeah, Losi Lore, good luck with the new meet and greet. I hope the new doctor passes muster. I didn't say delicious bones, good broth. Peter, are you hungry at the moment? Is that what's happening? I love a delicious bone, browse. We know you do, Wolf, we know. And that's one of the reasons why we love you. What is this emote? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What was I even, what is even productivity? What is even my brain today? So yeah, it's Thursday. We're gonna be doing a writing prompt today because I'm a bit behind on the prompt novel. I don't necessarily think that we're gonna finish it, even if I get caught up by the end of the year, because I think I still am a few prompts short. I think, as with everything I write, the story keeps growing and I keep being like, yeah, that'll be enough chapters to tell the story, and then it's just not. There are no words to show. Show me the words, you coward. There are no words to show you right now, Woof. There's not even a document open on my computer right now. And also, you have to read it on my blog. Just like everybody else. Furries have the best emotes. They do. They're always fucking adorable. Like, look at them. So yeah, I've been... I'll be honest, I've been struggling this year to keep up with everything because of all the times my computer died. So there's been a lot of, I really need to focus on this right now, and then I fall behind on something, and then I catch up on that, and then because I've caught up on that, I'm behind on something else, and so on and so forth. So there's been a lot of just trying to keep on top of the most important things this year. I've already sort of started making adjustments for next year so that hopefully I won't fall this far behind, but also hopefully next year I'll have a computer that continues to work reliably for the whole year. Knock on wood. Which reminds me, that's what we're raising money for, is to replace my computer that died. I feel like most of you who are here have heard this spiel before, so I'll try to keep it short and sweet. But we're raising money for this boy over here. Ooh, there he is. Look, pretty rainbow. That's Langdale. That's my new computer that I had to buy because my old computer decided it was done with the universe earlier than anticipated because it wasn't that old of a computer. So these are the lovely things. This is not quite up to date. I did not add yesterday's donation, so we are slightly over the $100 mark at this point. But we haven't unlocked the first goal yet, so... but this is what rewards we are working to unlock. At $300, you guys will get to tell me to write whatever you want. You get to create the characters, you get to create the setting, you get to create the scenario, and then I have to use my brain to make your vision a reality. I will show the words on that stream. You guys will get to read the chaos as it's being written. If we hit $600, I'll do a Dear Ephema live. I will do the entire stream in character as Ephema, the Woods Witch from Winds of Chaos. And she'll answer your questions. She gives advice. Is it good advice? Unknown. You'll have to decide. And if we get to the top of the thermometer, then I will take my grumpy little elf son down there, Domerin, and turn him into a pony and do a My Little Pony Friendship is Magic fanfic. And I'm not talking like 3,000 word single chapter. I'm talking like a whole novella. It's gonna have chapters. It's gonna have suspense. It's gonna have Domerin as a pony. That's what we're working towards. And if you spend $25, if you donate $25 toward the goal, you can put a pony into the fanfic. Any pony you want, as long as you don't mind that pony being on my blog, and as long as it's like not breaking TOS, because these will be written on stream. We'll start this after we finish the prompts novel, if it gets unlocked. And also there's some other things. If for every $5 you get to submit a text for Domerin's word bubble on the BRB screen, and you can make him say whatever you want, Twitch appropriate. So I'll show you. So that's Dahmer's word bubble. Yeah, you can put a quote in there. You can make him say anything as long as it's Twitch appropriate. And so how you can donate as well. You can donate by subscribing. Every subscription counts. Every gift sub counts. Bits count. Bits redeems count. All that stuff. I go through and count it all up at the end of every stream. And there's also a donation. There's a tip link down in my about section. You can throw me a tip through there. That all gets counted. So those are the ways of donating. And yeah, so that's happening all through November and all through December. I've got that going on, and we're probably gonna extend it into January since we've already hit the $100 mark. So that's happening. If anyone is interested, I feel like everyone really wants to get to the ponies, so we'll see if that happens. Let's go sit at the fireplace. I'm definitely feeling the fireplace in the mornings because, it's so chilly here now, and I wish I had a for reals fireplace to curl up next to. We've got our kitty out for now. Although I do like his galaxy skin, but I also really like, I just can't get over his witchy skin. Because you long to sit by a fire and have a sippy from a mug of steaming liquid? Yes, I do, actually. At our old house, we used to have a fakey fireplace. It wasn't a real fireplace. It was just a little space heater that was like built into the wall like a fireplace. But it did have, you could turn on the fake flames, so it looked like a fireplace, and it was cozy. Every house has a fire if you get enough cardboard and matches. No, Peter, no, don't play with open flames. I have one in my house, but I never use it. No idea why they added fireplaces in Texas. Yeah, we used to turn on the fakey flames during our movie nights because it just made it seem cozy. But it was nice in the winter when we actually would turn the heat on and it would have the little fakey flame. I don't know that I would ever want this kind of heater. This is like an actual, like, wood fire heater. And I think these are, like, insanely dangerous. They get super hot, and, like, we looked at a couple of houses, actually, when we moved here that had these kinds of heaters, and I was like, no. I mean, they're usually not the only furnace for the house. There's usually, like, a actual furnace, and these are just, like, for the room. But I'm like, I don't trust that at all. They look cool in theory, but in my house, I don't know if I want an actual open flame. But I do like the ones, my in-laws have like a little gas, heater in their living room. And it does do actual, like, flames. But it's in a little, like, it's in a glass container. It's, like, designed for that. You'd have to make sure it was kept up to date and safe. Yeah. And also, like, in a game like this, where you have, like, a fantasy room and that isn't taking up actual for real space, it's fine. But usually these types of heaters are not up against the wall. They're usually, like, in the center of a space, and they just take up so much room. They actually, because they have to have a really wide clearance around them. You actually, I don't think, would be able to put one this close to a wall in the real world. So it's like, they seem really comfy cozy, but when you actually have one in a house, it's, the practicality of it is not as much as it seems. We had an actual factual fire growing up. It was gorgeous dozing off in front of it. Then the council changed the way of heating the buildings and decided all fires must be enclosed, so they put a whole new fireplace with doors, and it was never the same. In the middle of winter, it was awful. My dad used to pack the fire to keep it burning, but not burning, just enough to keep it alive. Yeah. That's how houses were heated for like thousands of years, was with actual open fire. I remember never in a house, but there's a camp that we used to go to. I was a Girl Scout back in the day, and there was a camp that we used to go to, and hang on, I need a sip of coffee. So we went to this camp, and it was the sort of thing where like the troop could essentially rent the camp for, it was a Girl Scout camp, but you would essentially like rent it for the weekend, and you would all stay in the lodge, and there weren't even really cots, there were just mattresses that you would put on the floor, and you would put all of your camping gear on that. And the only heating for that lodge was this massive fireplace that was in the center of one of the walls along the side of the room. And so usually one of the parents would be in charge of banking the fire at night and making sure that it didn't go out. And that was the source of heat for the room that we were all sleeping in, and it was a really interesting experience, especially because a lot of us had like rudimentary knowledge of how, you know, fire in a fireplace works, but people lived that way again for thousands of years, where you would just like fire was what you had. And you can see this in England too. A lot of places in England still have a hearth as the center of the space, the center of the living space. And if you're in an old enough place, the hearth is like in a central wall, so it's on both sides, right? Because you would have heating on one side and heating on the other. If you look out over like the roofs, if you go to like the central part of London, the oldest part of London, and look out over the older buildings, you see that there's a fuck ton of chimneys, and it's because everything was fire heated for a long time. So that was how it was done, and people knew how to handle fires because they handled them every day. It was dangerous. I mean, a fire happening in ye olde times could burn down half of a city before it was contained, because they didn't have fire hydrants like we do now. But it was the way that places were heated for a long time. Peter, you'd have been a wonderful Girl Scout. If you were dropped into the middle of the forest, do you think you could make a fire? If I had a lighter or matches, yes. If I did not have a lighter or matches, maybe. I know the concept of how you make a fire without having a way to ignite it. But I don't know if I would actually be strong enough to do it. I don't think that's true, Peter. I'm assuming you're not talking about just setting a twig on fire for a minute. You're talking about, like, making an actual fire that could continuously burn. Like, making an actual campfire. I don't think everybody knows how to do that. It's not... You don't just pile a bunch of wood and throw a match on it. That isn't gonna light. Like, I know how to actually build a fire. I just don't know if I am strong enough to ignite a fire with friction. Because I've watched I've watched my dad watch enough Naked and Afraid to know it's hard to make a fire. Yeah, there's an actual science to it. The thing is, the method that you use, so people think that you take a stick and you, like, rub it into another stick. That doesn't actually make enough friction to ignite something. You need, like, you need to have like some form of string that you can use to force the sticks to move, and it actually requires quite a lot of strength. And I don't know if I would be strong enough to actually create a fire with friction. But I know enough. I'm an expert on rubbing one stick against another and can tell you it doesn't just make fire. Yeah. And so if I had a ignition source, like if I had a match, I do know how to create a fire using matches. I think if I had a flint and tinder, like if I had something that I could strike, I might eventually be able to figure out how to spark it enough to make a fire. But I genuinely do not know if I'm strong enough to do it without an ignition source. Yes. Ghost does still have Prime, yes. So yeah, do I know like how to actually build a fire that will that can become a campfire? Yes. You have to start with kindling, and then you build you have to build a wooden framework for it. Dishonored Definitive Edition is one of the free games if you don't have it. I think we both have Dishonored, but I will mention it to him. Is Dishonored Definitive... I'm assuming that comes with a bunch of DLCs. I think he has it, though. But I'll ask him. I will try to remember to ask. So yeah, so derailed. So yeah, we're working on the prompt novel today. We've talked about what goals we are working towards for unlocking. Heck yeah. Let me open a document. I'm so slow right now. I'm just like, how do I do anything? How do I function? How do I function? Prompt novel chapter 16. Right. And we need our prompt for today, which the prompt that we are using for today is character has to get to the bottom of their family's deepest secret. So I kind of know what I want to have happen in this scene, but it's a very internal scene. So it's just one of those scenes where I feel like a lot of it is going to happen inside the character's mind, so I have to find a way to draw that information out so that it's also turning into physical action. Today's prompt, I love big butts and I cannot lie. No, that is not today's prompts. The prompts were pre-chosen. So unfortunately, big butts is not the prompt. Although if you would like to write a story today, Woof, about, on the prompt, I love big butts and I can't lie, I'm not gonna stop you. Don't forget, Woof, to start your November project. You've got a nice, wonderful spreadsheet waiting for you to put some numbers on it. The first game in all DLCs. I will let him know. I think I only have the game and not the DLCs, but the Prime is tied to his account, so I might not be able to get it. We talked about fire. Fire must cleanse us. Peter, no. Don't go into the fire. I've been fishing around under my desk recently, and I keep on finding random cables that are useless, and don't do anything seemingly, but must have come from somewhere. Are they plugged into something, or are they just hanging out unplugged? Tasty butts roasted and put in the bug loaf of bread. I'm assuming that means big loaf of bread. I need some fanfic juice. I'm 100% gore trash. I feel the need to point out, Wolf, that for just $20 more, you could put a pony. You could put Bob the security pony into the My Little Pony fanfic. I'm just letting you know. Oh, so they're both plugged in on one end, but not plugged in on the other. Interesting. Blur, welcome back! Welcome back. I guess I have to open a timer and, like, contemplate the meaning of the universe. Let's do 30-minute sessions, 20-minute break, and we'll put 2 on there for now. And then we'll see if we need a third one. Evil Megan be like, we clanking. What are all these emotes? Why are you staring at me? What have I done to deserve? Is that because they said you can have Bob the security pony? I don't know, Blur. We were talking about whether or not I could build a fire. We were talking about the goals for the fundraiser, and then now Wolf is just staring at me like there's no tomorrow. We're waiting for clicks and or clacks. Okay, I will sip. I will flash the front of Ursula because I know that that's what Peter really likes, is to see that Ursula is still with us. And what I'll do is I'm gonna take a quick break. I am slow today. I genuinely had a moment in the morning where I woke up and I was like, Friday, no, Thursday, fuck. So my brain is a little slow. Wait, what? You're the one who said you feel like you're being edged. It's not Friday. I don't know if you knew that, Woof, but it's not Friday. I'm waiting for Woof to... I don't know what he whatted, and now I'm just like, what is happening? I need an update from Woof to explain. I don't know. Okay. I understand. This is just Woof being Woof. Let's make Woof wait a little bit longer while I take a break and get my steps in, and then we will start the clicky clackin'. I'm writing this scene in a library today, Woof. Well, the scene is in a library. I'm not in a library. Oh my god, I said that hard. I'm not in a library. The scene will be in a library. Megan.exe has stopped working. I expect library accurate writing. I will do my best. I can't let Wolf down. I must not type library a single time. In high school, we had to have work experience for a week, and I worked in a local library. And then for my 5th and 6th year, I worked in the school library. That sounds awesome. Library. I know that Wolf very much hates library. It's one of those things where if it comes up, Wolf is like, it's not a berry. Do not library me. I'll have some library yogurt, please. Do you ever do the thing where you open a Word document ready to type, but then somehow when it opens, all the energy vanishes? Yes, but one of the reasons why I always get up and walk around right before I start the first sprint is because as soon as you leave your computer, it becomes easier to think. As soon as you're not sitting in front of the medium by which you're using to write, it becomes easier to think of things. So a lot of times during the break while I'm doing my steps, like the reason why I'm gone for so long is I reheat my coffee and I do my steps. My Fitbit counts 250 steps every hour, so I just kind of wander around the house until I get my 250 steps, and that's when I'm thinking about what do I want to do with this scene, or where do I want to start, or what am I sort of going for, what is the big thing that I'm working towards in this scene, and then I come back and sit down and I just type that all out. So speaking of, we promised Wolf clicky clacks. We're gonna clicky and clacky starting right now. Change the music. Pie, thank you so much for the lurk. Appreciate you. It's your younger brother's birthday. Happy birthday to him. And cheers. 2 hydrates for me and a posture check. Is Pie's younger brother pastry? I don't know. Maybe he's a tart. You know, like those little fruit tarts that are sometimes pie shaped. I realize that maybe he's a tart has a very different meaning in the UK, but I mean those little, like, pastries that kind of look like baby pies. They're usually flat and sweet. A Medino? What's that? I feel like Pi has just cracked yet another joke that I can't understand because I'm old. I'm old and tired and I don't speak the language and I don't want to Google it because it's probably going to bring up horrible things. Well, what is that then, Pi? Tell me what that means. Does it stand for something? Is it a pastry? I see. I see. Listen, I'm keenly aware that you live in a different area of the world and speak a whole different language than me. And I just didn't know if that was like a Polish term that I just didn't know. Or like a, you know. I didn't know! I didn't want to assume. Oh, Pi's brother's name is Martin. What's Pi's name? I'm not psychic. This is true. Pi, no. Pi, I love you. Pi. I just didn't want to assume. I just didn't want to make assumptions. Also, you're the one who throws these, like, gifts at me that are, like, cap 1000, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. I need to have these things explained to me. I have proof of that one. I don't even England. Hi. Happy birthday to your brother. Have a good day. Enjoy your lurk. Cheers. A free hydrate for the distress that I've caused you and your family, apparently. I hope you had a good day, Pi, and I hope you have a good evening. Honey Shuckle. How's it going? Hey, Anne, how's it going? Haven't gotten words in yet, but there's always time. Absolutely. At least for me, the day is still pretty young. It's not even noon yet, so... Definitely still plenty of time. Had stuff at 3, so hopefully won't be too tired after that, but we'll see. Good luck. Honey Shuckle. Going good. Barely about to be 1 p.m. Just got the kids down for a quiet nap time. Heck yeah! Take full advantage of that time to get some work in. right, we are 1,372 words in. I think I think I'm okay with how this is going. Sometimes I don't really know until I get to the end of a scene if I'm entirely happy with how it's moving along. So we will see. We will see. But we're 1,372 words in. Uncle Tobin, hello, hello. Enjoy your work lurk. And I hope that work is going well. We got a hydrate from Blur. We got a hydrate from Pi. We got a save alert. Everybody save that work. I'm saving mine right now. And a stretch. Heck yeah. Oh, that feels good. Gotta stretch the fingies. Gotta stretch them fingies so that we can keep them the fastest fingies in the West. And get some snacks, y'all. Boy, would like you to get some snacks. Pie again? 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 Alright, Pie. Alright, get ready. Are you ready? Yeah, just let me know. Let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you're ready. I can only do it 12 more times. Fuck you, Pie, and shut up. I can only do it 12 more times. It's very rude. There's a warning in the redeem, Pie. Pie, you know I love you. You know I do, but you asked for it. You asked for that to happen. I love how Pie redeems it and is like, I can only get Stryker to cuss me out 12 more times. Oh my goodness. Pie, we love you. Sincerely. Sincerely we do. Okay, yeah, I'm writing a scene where I'm like trying to convey a bunch of information, and I'm also trying to convey it in reverse order because my character is basically going back through history looking for the information that she's trying to find. So there's a lot of like thinking about how the timeline worked and then trying to do it in reverse and then trying to find a logical way for it to be conveyed without it all being internal monologue. I have a little over 43k points. Heck yeah! I lurk so much on people's streams that I just have a ton of points on everybody's streams and I just don't use them ever. I just like never redeem anything. And then people redeem stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, I should like use my points, but I don't want to like spam all the points redeems and then I just forget. And then I'm like, well, I'm at like 980,000 points on Joe's stream. Like I almost have enough. That test thing that he has on there, I almost have enough points to actually redeem that. I'm not specifically saving up for anything, I just don't think to use my points. I also have a lot of points on Ghost Pepper's channel, although I do use my Ghost Pepper channel points more often because like if somebody redeems something and it doesn't work, then I'll use my points to redeem it for them because I don't mind, right? I don't need really so much to hoard my my Ghost Pepper points. So I do use those, and I do often redeem the accents to torment my husband. I love that candy corn emote, Pie. I love it. I don't really lurk anywhere, so I don't have many points. Pie, you cappin'. And I know it. I know what that means, and I know it's true. No cap. Ghost should redeem it for those people instead. It's free for the streamer. Yeah, but he's usually busy. Usually when there's a technical issue, he's busy playing a game and or trying to fix the tech issue. And I don't mind. I don't mind because, like I said, I don't use my points for anything. And I have quite a significant number of points on my husband's channel because I'm always lurking on his channel. But I always go into Joe's stream and I'm like, I should use my channel points, and then I just don't. I do use my points to bully Ghost sometimes. I like to redeem the Lumpy Space Princess accent because first of all, I just think it's hilarious listening to my husband do the Lumpy Space Princess accent. But also he hates it, so it's like doubly wonderful to make him do that because he doesn't want to do it. Although I do think the reward for the best accent redeems comes from Bard. She just thinks of so many really off the cuff, really funny accent redeems, and he just tries to find a way to do it. Lumpy Space Princess. So Lumpy Space Princess is a character from Adventure Time. Yeah, no worries. I can see how if you're not familiar with the character, if you say LSP, he'll know what you mean. Or Lumpy Space Princess. It's a character from Adventure Time. She has the really, it's like Valley Girl, but it's like over the top because she's like, oh my glob, and he gets the really like, he does it really good. Los Santos Police. Yes. Tell Ghost to do Los Santos Police as a redeem, as an accent redeem. He'll try it. He'll try anything. I think Bard did one time that was like a carrot that's been left in the fridge and is slowly going rotten or something. And Ghost tried it. He like made a voice for that. So I don't think to use my points unless like here you have a hydrate, stretch, and all that. That's where I use points. Yeah, Joe for some reason doesn't stretch on stream. He wants to stretch off stream. I think I once had him try to do a Polish accent. I think I was there for that. That was amazing. That's why I have specific accent redeems, because I have specific voices that I know I'm capable of doing and feeling confident about holding a conversation while I'm doing that voice. Most of them are my D&D character voices. But Ghost will try anything. And sometimes he's really good at it, and sometimes there's a clip of him doing a Dracula voice, but he sounds like Mario. Chef's kiss, top tier. But yeah, I am not that confident that I could just come up with a voice on the fly, but Ghost will try. Anything you guys ask of him, he definitely tries. I think it's funny though because I asked him to do the Jakella voice. This is my Jakella voice, right? It's just really high-pitched and wibbly-wobbly. It's the same voice I use for the octopus. I asked Ghost Pepper to do that, and he kept making it a Boston accent. It's like he couldn't go high-pitched and not do Boston at the same time. And I was sitting in the chat, and I was like, honey, she's not from Boston. She's not from Boston. She just has a high-pitched voice. And he just could not do it. So I was like, fine, cancel Jakella, be Lumpy Space Princess. But it was so funny. He tried so hard, and I don't know why he couldn't separate that register of his voice. He was doing like the old smoking woman. Jambone214, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. Passing the pen to me. Thank you so much. Also, if I said your name wrong, please let me know, because I'm horrible with names. Shout out. Welcome in, my friend. How's it going? Bunny Goddess 33, welcome in. Scary Library, welcome in. I love these names. Monument Mendez, welcome in. Hello, hello, Raiders. How's it going? We are currently on a break. We're about halfway through our break. Scary Library, thank you so much for the follow. I should actually switch. I like to switch where I'm sitting during the breaks. We can go sit by the window for a hot minute. And switch our spirit. Who haven't we hung out with in a while? Jambone, thank you so much for the follow. I feel like I always hang out with like the same 5 spirits because I adore them so much. But I can't help myself. Got the name right! But also you can just call me Jam. Heck yeah, Jam, how's it going? Only clicky clackies. Listen, we've done 1,372 words worth of clicky clackies so far today. Have to read and run, but love writers. Scary Library, have a great day. Happy to see you. Hope to see you again soon. We were just talking about the fact that my husband Ghost Pepper is also a streamer. He does do productivity streams every now and then, but he mostly does gaming streams, and he has a redeem on his channel for accents. But for my channel, if you look at my redeems, I have like specific accents that I do, but he has anything. You can literally ask him to do anything. And I tried to get him to do one of my accents that I do, which is just this. It's basically just a really high-pitched version of me. But he couldn't do it without making it also a Boston accent. And I don't know why. It was like the high register of his voice was tied to that like Boston accent. So it was really funny. I don't think I ever wrote this many words in my life. You've definitely written 1,000 words at some point in your life, Pi. Reject clickies, return to clackies. I don't think you can have clickies without clackies. And I don't think you can have clackies without clickies. They come together. They're a pair. Cheers, Bunny Goddess. Got to 1,336 words. Hell yes. Jambone, are you doing a November writing challenge? I am doing a November writing challenge, but we're not working on it today. I've been writing I'm calling it a prompt novel for my blog. It's basically, I took a bunch of writing prompts that I like randomly rolled at the beginning of the year, and I'm trying to make a novel out of them. So each chapter of the novel is based on a different writing prompt. And the prompt for today is that a character is trying to get to the bottom of like their biggest family secret. And that's what my character... And currently my character is at the library looking through microfiche, which is a really interesting thing to describe because I feel like people from my generation are like, ah, yes, the microfiche. And I feel like people who are younger than me are going to be like, what the fuck is she doing? Clacky sound like an offensive words for robots. I guess that's true. Trying to get my project to 50K, just under 29K right now. Heck yeah, Jambone, that's amazing. I tend to continue working on a project that I was already working on for November, so I am pushing. I've been working on a trilogy for my space opera, and I am pushing. We just started the last book in the series yesterday, so I am pushing to get through that. I won't get it finished in November, probably. But I'm hoping to get it finished in December. I actually have a ridiculously high goal for NaNoWriMo because I'm gonna hit the 50K next week. So I have to have a higher goal. If I were a robot, I'd be very offended, but I would never be able to tell you because I couldn't click the I am not a robot buttons to subscribe to Twitch. That makes me very sad. True, robots should be more intelligent than just plain bots. Bruce Campbell Soup, what is up, my friend? It's really funny. We're almost at the end of the break, so I'm probably gonna pop AFK here in a second. But it was really interesting. I was watching an episode of Dimension 20 last night, and Brennan, the DM, kind of went off on this tangent where he was talking about one of the ways that they train AIs is by human eye movement, because apparently artificial intelligence has a hard time with actual pattern recognition, but it's very easy for it to scan human eye movements and identify recognition based on human eye movement. So one of the ways that they at one point in the past trained AIs was by having the AIs watch a bunch of humans identify a bunch of images, and it was easier for the AIs to get the information from watching the human eye movements than from actually looking at the images. That blew my mind. And is also terrifying. On a small degree, a little terrifying. But also, I have heard, like, one of the reasons why we have all those capatches now that are like, click on everything that has a bus, is because you're basically training AIs to recognize what a bus is, or what a street light is, or what a bridge is, because it's harder for artificial intelligences don't group things the way we do. So, now you know. I saw episode 1 of Agatha all along. We haven't started that yet, but Whip said it's really good. I'm a highly advanced bot, yet my brain is still small. Pi, you are our amazing friend, and we love you, and we are happy to have you around. I am going to pause the timer very briefly because I am going to go pop AFK and use the restroom, and when I get back, we're doing 30 minutes of focus sessions for the raiders that just popped in. So I'll be shutting up for 30 minutes and doing clicky clackies for that time. And then we usually do 30-minute sprints and 15 to 20-minute breaks. And we're hoping to do 2 more sprints today because we usually do at least 3 30-minute sprints. So I will be right back. I just thought of how I want this scene to end, and I'm very excited about it. Oh yeah. See, I like getting up and doing my steps because it gives me so many ideas. Thank you, Blur. My brain is like 14 people trying to get through a cat flip at once. Ugh, big mood. I feel that in my bones, Peter. I'm trying to think more positively about myself. You should, Pi, and you're amazing. And we love you, and we love having you around. My tired delicious bones. I don't know why you think they're delicious, Peter. I'm not sure what has led you to believe that there's any flavor in my bones at all, but I'm flattered, I guess. I guess I'm flattered. And I get settled in for the next sprint. Nice crunchy bones. Wow. I suppose I'm flattered. Also, I heard that Peter's buying a castle in Scotland that we can all move into. When is that happening? What's the timeline for our epic move? I would love to have an office that's in the top of a tower in a castle. Can I just tell you? Fireplace on one side, big desk by big old creaky window, rain on the roof. We're lousy with castles here. They basically give them away. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Wouldn't it be cool to just have a tower office? That would be amazing. And then we can have this big lounge where we can have movie nights in the big lounge. Just saying. Just saying. There's a thing happening in Canada soon, similar to what happened in the US. So I feel like a good deadline is, say, mid-January. Yes, I do believe we are supposed to have an election soon, but our elections are quite different. Also, they only last for like 2 months, because by law you can't campaign for longer than that, so... the sprint has started, by the way. That's what the shift into the green means, so I'm going to be getting quiet here. Rai, thank you for the lurk. Monument Mendez, thank you so much for the follow. right. We're up to 3,157 words. I'm very close to the end of this scene. I'm almost to the part I'm super excited about. I'm in the final stages of setup. I started here, I think. So for that sprint, we wrote 1,785 because I caught my groove and I knew where I was going. Heck yeah. So I probably have around-ish, maybe 1,000 words, give or take, in either direction to finish this off the way I want to. Super excited about that because I can do that in another 30 minutes here. Excellente. Basically, not to give too much away, the first part of this prompt novel has started posting on my blog. So if you head over to megancutler.net, which you can see over here beside my face, if you head over there, you can read the first several chapters in the prompt novel. They've all been written on stream, and I have started publishing them for free over there in their entirety. And basically, very early on in this project, I created my own cryptid called the Mawar, which is basically this small town legend that is very heavily associated with a particular stretch of forest near a well-known landmark in the main character's childhood hometown. And so in this chapter, I'm really getting into like the history of this urban legend and its evolution and how she thinks that this legend relates to an actual event that took place in her life. And this is going to lead her to a revelation, which I am extremely excited to put into words. So yeah. I didn't really plan out the this particular plot for this novel. That would have kind of defeated the purpose. Essentially what I did was I rolled up a bunch of prompts at the beginning of the year and kept a list of them, and then sort of every week I go through and pick one that will be the next part of the story. And obviously the deeper I get into the story, the more ideas I start to have for it, the easier it is to kind of pair the prompts to the ideas that are flickering through my head at the time. And I am down to the point where I think I only have maybe 5 prompts left, and I do have a tentative order that I'm thinking of using them in. But I actually don't know if I have entirely enough prompts to get to an ending, because I still don't entirely know what I want the ending of this story to be. I have a pretty solid hold on, like, what the main conflict is and how my character is sort of going to try to deal with it. I'm not entirely sure that I know how it's going to end yet. I don't really know where people are going to end up, so I might have to, at the beginning of next year, just grab a handful more prompts to try and get, because I want it to have a satisfying ending. And after we finish the prompt novel, if we are able to get to this goal, because I am raising funds to replace my computer. My computer died earlier in the year, so we're trying to raise some funds because computers are expensive, man. If we get to that top goal there, the My Little Dahmer and fanfic, then that's what we will start writing on stream after we finish the prompt novel. I will be writing those entirely on stream, and it will go up on the blog. And it will be a full novella-length story, and that will happen if we unlock that. Urban legend, there's a pie that lurks around and sometimes makes you hydrate a lot. That is true. There is a pie that lurks in my chat and makes me hydrate, but I like it. I appreciate it. I always appreciate when people take care of the streamer. Cheers, Blur, for the hydrate and stretch. And everybody save your work. Remember to save. We're probably going to do a shorter break this time. I'm saving my work here. We're probably going to do a shorter break this time because I know by this time on Thursday, most of you guys have gone into lurk mode, which is great. That's fine. I don't mind that at all. We are here to be in the background while you guys work. So probably what I'm gonna do is in a few minutes here, I'm just gonna go do my I appreciate you being in lurk mode, Pi. Hey, you can be as active as you want. I always say this. I'm happy for people to lurk and never say anything. I'm happy for people to let me know that they're lurking. I'm happy for people to go in and out of lurk as it suits them. It's all about what makes you happy and what gets you through your productivity for the day. But I do know that Thursday afternoons tend to start being a bit more quiet. I don't know why, but this is something that other streamers have mentioned noticing before as well, that Thursdays are quieter days here on Twitch. Christy Harder, thank you so much for the raid! Welcome in! What was I saying about it being quiet? Hello! How's it going? What were you up to today? Mystery Mochi, welcome in. Hello. 1,800 words, heck yes! We are doing pretty good. I was a bit disappointed when I woke up and it wasn't Friday today because my brain really wanted it to be Friday. But I'm doing pretty good. I'm taking a break from my November writing challenge project to work on a fun little thing for my blog. Oh my goodness. Also, Blur, thank you for bookmarking the blog so that you can read it later. And it's basically a novel that is based entirely on writing prompts. So at the beginning of the year, I just kind of went through and I rolled up a bunch of random writing prompts from my brob from various websites, and every week I sort of try to pick one and write the next chapter in the novel. We're writing chapter 16 right now. We're digging into some cryptid lore for a small town urban legend that I created for this project, and it's super fun. We are hopefully going to finish up the scene in our next 30-minute sprint, and I'm super excited for that because I came up with where I want this chapter to end, and I'm very, very, very excited about it. You know England like me. My brain has just decided, I think, that it's done with language. I can write words just fine, but speaking them? No way. Mystery Mochi, thank you for the follow. I can't remember if I saw that alert and thanked you. Thank you. If I thanked you, I'm thanking you again. Thank you for the follow. I go into lurk mode when the sprints are happening, and then I hop back into chat when there's a break. Heck yeah! I mean, people are welcome to be... I always say you guys can keep being chatty while I am being productive. There's not actually any rules, really. It's just, the vibe. But I try to not read chat as much when I am in sprint because I'm trying to focus on my work and getting it done. I think you can probably speak English better than you think, Pi. I know a lot of people that when English is their second language, they don't think they have a good grasp on it, but they usually have a much better grasp of it than they think. English is a hard language. I feel like most native English speakers do know this, but English is a very hard language because most languages are built from a logical base where every word in the language follows the same rules. Like if you look at the French language, because I took French in high school, and if you look at how verbs are handled in French and how tenses work with verbs and how you write a sentence in French using specific verbs, they usually follow the same pattern. And once you have learned the base verb, you can apply that pattern to every single verb and get the same uniform application of a rule in order to write a sentence. English isn't like that because English is like 4 different languages crammed into a singular trench coat. English has taken bits and pieces of so many other languages that the rules don't. It's like that. It's like you can buy that mug that says I before E, except after C, except in, and then there's like a list of words where that's not true. Because in English, you apply the rules of the language that is stolen from. So, one conversation that I have a lot with writers is that drug is not the past tense of drag. Dragged is the past tense of drag. Drugs are narcotics. But it's a really common mistake because there are other words in the English language that have that similar form that make you think that drag, the past tense of that, would be drug, even though it's not, right? And so English is a lot of memorization. Like you have to memorize which verbs have which different rules. Yeah, drank, drunk, exactly, right? So why wouldn't you think that the same rule would apply to this other verb that sounds exactly the same, right? And so I edit for someone who Italian is their first language, and she struggles with that sometimes too. Like she's lived in an English speaking country her whole life, and she writes and speaks fluently English, but understanding some of the nitty-gritty grammar rules that you need to understand for writing can be really difficult, especially if English is your second language, because other languages have this logical progression of this is how our language works, and English just doesn't really have that. we've taken so much from other languages that it's almost like language anarchy. But if you look into the history of certain aspects of the English language, then you start to realize that, okay, this works this way because we took it from this language, and this works this way because we took it from a totally different language that works a totally different way. So English really is just kind of 3 different languages in a trench coat. So be kind to yourself if you're having trouble with words, because English is actually a complicated language. I broke the thing, but I fixed it and it's back. What did you break, Peter? If you took French in high school, are you planning on giving it back soon? I think I've lost most of my understanding. I don't really remember much of my French lessons, which is horrible because I live in Canada, so I should speak more French than I do. Because we have 2 languages here, and I really only speak one of them. I speak English better when tipsy. I think we all speak English better when tipsy. That's what my friend told me when we played Portal 2. Heck yeah, Pi. See, I don't know much about Polish, but I do assume that it probably has better rules. I think you'll find yes, queen is the past tense of drag. Potentially, depending on your context. Sent you an example of why Polish is easy. Did you send it in Discord? Oh, you did. Oh my god. Oh my god, Pi. Oh my god. Pi just sent me a giant list of words that are all related to a singular verb. Geese, goose, mouse, mice, people, person, sheep, shoop. Yeah. It's... Well, it's like, some plurals of some words are the same word. School just made it more confusing with all the past tenses. Most people don't even use them, and we had to learn them just to pass. The last 2 columns are negative, like not... Oh, so they're like, okay. Yeah, so easy. I could totally remember. Did you have to write all of those on, like, did they give you a test that's like, write all the different versions of this? I'll try to show it on screen. Hang on. Open in browser. This is what Pi is talking about. So apparently it says these are all the different forms of the Polish verb grak? Is that how you say that? To play, depending on the grammatical context. So these are all, and so Pi is saying that these two are like the negative versions, like to not play. So did you have to like, did they give you like a verb and you had to write all the difference? You say gra, okay. Thank you. Like, but with the Pi. So it's like Grush. Is that how you say it? I can barely speak English and you're trying to teach me Polish? Oh my goodness. Make Google say it. I don't know if I can. Oh, here we go.
Gracz.
Gracz. Is that right? Is that right, Pi? Heck yeah, I did it! Yes, like Gratch, apparently. From what Pi was saying, would not have assumed that was how you say it. But Mochi got it. I've only spoken English and I still have trouble with it. It is a complicated language. I'm not gonna say, Pi, hey, you were doing your best with just text, which is hard. It's hard to teach people how to pronounce a word that they don't know, have any context for with just text, right? I'm not gonna sit here and say that English is the most complicated language in the world, because I know that's not true. I know that languages like Mandarin are much more complex and basically require rote memorization to learn. So I know that there are more complicated languages than English, but English is not an easy language. It definitely isn't. Because it didn't really grow up with rules. It was kind of the sort of thing where the development of the English language was kind of anarchy. And then at some point someone was like, we have to try and standardize our language. We have to try and make all of the rules apply. And so if you look at, like, if you go look up something in Middle English, like if you listen to something that's spoken in Middle English, it will sound to your brain as though you should be able to understand it, but you won't be able to because it's an entirely different language. But it is the precursor to our language, and it follows some of the same rules, but not all. And so if you actually look into the history of the English language, like how the word, like how thee and thou were part of the language in the past, and how the simple word the came into usage, and how we started to standardize our use of commas and all that kind of stuff. A lot of the rules of English are kind of after the fact. We needed a way to distinguish things, and people were like, okay, this is how you do that, is by doing it this way. And there was a lot of, ooh, that looks cool in this other language, we'll just use that, right? I like the ghost quote that goes, if the English word sounds fancy, it comes from French. If it sounds like shit, it's English. But English also took from German as well, which functions completely differently from French, right? So Verily forsooth, oldie-timey boxing with thine enemies. Verily forsooth, I am going to take a quick break here. And when we get back, we're going to do one more 30-minute sprint so that I can finish out this scene. And then we will do a raid to someone who may also be clicky-clacking. So if you have not moved around in a bit, don't forget to get up, grab yourself something to drink. Refill your water glasses, and we will be right back. I have returned. I like how the English word spruce came to be because the English asked the Poles what wood is, and the Poles said Zeprus, which means from Prussia. And the English took it literally and call it spruce. Rai, welcome back. How's it going? How are you doing today, my friend? I like to, there's a similar story of a place that's basically called like Hill Hill, or like Hill Hill Hill. I gotta fix my computer mat here. And it's like the basic idea was that, somebody asked, what's that over there? Because they were asking, like, the name of the place. And they got the language equivalent of hill, but they didn't speak that language, so they thought it was a name. So they called it that and the hill in their language, so it became Hill Hill. There's tons of places in the world that are like that. And nobody knows anymore why we call London London. The origin of the name is lost to time. We had episode 100 of the Wednesday campaign last night. Heck yeah! I came over, I didn't talk because I was super tired, but I did come over on the raid with Wolf last night. And only like 5 episodes left of a campaign I started in 2022. Seems wild. Hell yes, that's amazing, Rai. It must be like such a bittersweet feeling of like, yes, we're finally getting to the climax. We're finally getting to this thing I've been planning for years, but also it's almost over, and that means we don't get to do it anymore. It's the same way I feel when I'm writing a novel. Alright. Well, I hope it's, first of all, I hope it's everything that you want it to be. I hope that it just is so phenomenal and so everything that you've planned. Joe, hello. And also, I hope that you get to revisit follow-ups at some point, because it's always nice to get to say hello to something again. The characters are very amazing. I will miss them, although I imagine 2 will show up later, seeing as the druid will live for another 16,000 years. Heck yeah. Follow-ups are always nice. No, you're phenomenal, Joe. Alright, let's do... I'm gonna set the... I guess it doesn't actually matter as long as I turn off the other break timer. And we'll go sit at our desk for the last one. We'll sit at our desk and we'll do some writing and we'll get our little writing spirit to write with us. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Joe, how you feeling today? How's it going? I was going to do a cooldown campaign, but I had a brain blast the other night and wrote out the hook for the next campaign set in this world, and now it's just finalizing details. That's awesome. I love it when something just comes together. I definitely have had a few moments like that recently where I've been like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with, and then all of a sudden I'm like, yes, I do. I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer and get quiet, but you guys can keep talking in chat as much as you like, and I will keep up as best I can and catch up after the sprinty sprint. you still muted, my friend, or are you done working for now? Hey, Losi, how did it go? think that is where I'm going to stop the scene, because I have done the revelation I wanted to do. We're at 4,183 words for this scene. I'm so excited. Surprise from Dr. Visit. He thinks he knows why I sleep for shit. So, cool guy. First doctor I've had listen to that problem. Heck yeah, I hope he can help you out with it. I started sleeping with earplugs a few years back, and it has dramatically and drastically changed my sleeping patterns for the better. His exact words were, I have to send you for a test, but based on what you've said, I'm willing to bet my entire next paycheck you have sleep apnea. Yes, I'm familiar with sleep apnea. Hopefully they'll get the diagnosis on the first test. Don't be too surprised if you have to repeat the test. Sometimes the first time they don't get enough data because people are distracted by the machine, so you might have to repeat the test. But it's pretty easy to treat if it turns out you have sleep apnea. They'll just get you a sleep apnea machine, a PAP machine, and as long as you wear it, you should sleep better. 4.3, are you crazy? That's like a year's worth of chatting. Yeah. No, 4,183, so only 4.1. Only 4.1k, bye. What, Pi? Tell us. Aw, you're amazing. You matter, never forget. Well, thank you so much for the reminder, Pi. That's very sweet of you. And remember that you matter to us as well, my friend. And we appreciate you greatly. We appreciate your presence, and we appreciate what you contribute to the chat every stream. We appreciate weird pie. Everybody can be weird in their own wonderful way, and that is totally fine. Embrace the things that make your weird little heart happy. That goes for everybody. Back to look, sorry I'm a bit tipsy. Pie, don't worry about it. I hope you're having fun. You said it's your brother's birthday today. Doing sliders on the Blackstone, that sounds amazing, Rai Rai. Enjoy. And if you get a chance, post a picture in the Discord, because I'd love to see how they turn out. All right. Perfect. I've been working on a little updated table of contents for this project as well, so I've just filled that in. We're kind of 2/3 of the way through the story now, which I think aligns with sort of where the plot feels like it has reached. So I have, basically, I'm at the point now where I have to start figuring out how the conflicts are going to resolve. And that's where I'm not entirely sure. I have some vague thoughts for some of the prompts left on the list, but I don't know if I have an ending yet. So it's going to be really interesting to see where my brain leads me in that regard. But for today, we are finished. I've definitely crafted something I'm happy with, so that's the most important thing. Gonna slap of meat on, I'm going to slap a slab of meat on, and cut it up with buns style. I think I read that right. Brain has 404'd. My brain is like, stop trying to speak. So close to finishing a line art. You got this, Blur. You got it. Guess left like 2 hours ago. I'm just drinking. It's still your brother's birthday, Pie. Celebrate as long as you want. Celebrate for no reason. Honestly. Yeah, Megan.exe needs... I think what Megan.exe actually needs right now is potato salad, which is where Megan.exe is headed. I understood what Rai was saying. I think that's the most important thing. Who have we got doing stuff today? That's fine, Pie. It doesn't have to be for your brother's birthday. You can drink just because you want to drink. But if your brain is in a dark place, just remember, we love you and we're here for you. Always, always. You don't have to be sorry. You don't have to be sorry, Pie. Let's see. Who's doing stuff today? I'm taking a peek at the new writing category. It's so much easier to find people with this new category. I love it. You know, I appreciate it, Pi, but we haven't been rating much in the writing sphere, so I do kind of want to rate a writer today. But send me, if you don't mind, send me your friend's name on Discord. I will check them out. And we will try to rate them in the future. I just feel like, because we rated Glow, and we rated an arts and crafts stream yesterday, so I do feel like we should rate a writing stream today. looks like this person is making a game. Interesting. Okay, I don't want to learn more. I want to... Okay. Well, let me... click on what I want to click on now. Sometimes Twitch is so annoying. It looks like this person is using the new Twitch function, so let's head over there. It looks like they're writing something for a game. So let's go say hey, new to me person. I'm always a little nervous when I raid someone who's new to me, but let's give it a try. Pi, do not be sorry at all. You are always welcome here. We are always happy to have you. Please take care of yourself. You will be fine, Pi. Everything's gonna be fine. This is it for me on my channel this week. I will be back next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings at 10:30 a.m. PST. I think we're going to be clean sweeping the November writing project next week. It's going to be all Celestial Serenade all the time. So if you're looking for more writing sprints, check that out. Saturday night at 7:30 PST, I will be over on Woof's stream. It's Woof on Twitch for Cozy Chaos. Not sure what I'll be doing. I might do the same thing. I might do some crafting on the dragon and then switch over to playing more Neva. Because that game is super amazing and I want to dig more into it. So if you're looking for more of me, that's where you can find me. Please remember to take care of yourselves. I love you all. You're super amazing. Thank you so much to our raids today. We had Jambone rated today, and we also had Christy Harder. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves, my friends. I hope to see you again soon.
Need a quick refresher.